Hello, welcome back everyone to the video series dedicated to CBS's Big Brother Season 22 All-Stars. Now, just like my previous videos, I'm going to be going into a review and recap of the most recent episode of Big Brother, and then I'm going to give a hand signal going into live feed updates. So if you don't want to know who won the HOH, who's the have-nots, and early plans for the week, then you can shut the video down. But let's go into where last episode left off, and that was at the veto ceremony when Christmas did not use the veto on either Devin or Bailey. They are still on the block, and one of them will be evicted this Thursday. Devin goes to work after the veto ceremony and talks to Christmas, talks to Tyler, smoothing out their relationships after everything that divulged in the week, and she's doing a great job. They want to keep her around. They want Bailey out, as Bailey is mainly Christmas's target. And then we move into a more personal, somber, solemn moment in the house when Cody gets the information that his grandfather had passed. It is really sad. It was nice to see that the whole house gathered around him as support and love. Like, I can only imagine how difficult it is for Cody to be dealing with all these emotions and feelings and this sadness in such a stressful environment of the Big Brother house, to be like having to get your mind around playing this game while also dealing with real life struggles and loss. And my heart goes out for him and his family. Then we move into a bit more of a heated moment within the house, and that is what happened the night of the veto ceremony, where after everything was going on, they had a party, they had a good time, and that's when Christmas is like talking mad smack about Bailey, saying that she doesn't understand why she's upset about being on the block, she should be over it by now, blah, 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 blah. I don't even know what she was saying because it doesn't make any sense. Bailey can feel the way she wants to feel, and she feels betrayed by Christmas, and Christmas is just sitting there going like, well, she should get over it. This isn't her first time playing the Big Brother game, and this is what happens in the game. Well, Devin overhears what Christmas is saying to Danny. They decide to sit down and have a talk one-on-one, and Devin is laying out straight facts, pulling out receipts about what Christmas did to Bailey and saying this is how Bailey feels, and Christmas is taking offense to it, and she starts getting louder and starts yelling at Devin. Bailey overhears this after coming out of the DR and walks over and is like, hey, look, this is between you and me. This is how I'm feeling. This is why Devin said what she said and how I'm feeling, and this is what I'm feeling. And again, Christmas is taking major offense to this and is getting loud, getting in Bailey's face, putting her fingers in Bailey's face, clapping at her. I mean, Christmas looks like an absolute crazy person at this moment. Like, she just goes off the rails yelling. Even Kevin, who's just sitting there, like, you should know that Kevin is Devin and Bailey's like best friend, and you're just like going at him saying that, oh, they should know what this is and this is. Like, Christmas, you're wrong. You're in the wrong. You're the aggressor. You look like a bully. And then she's provoking Devin as Devin is just trying to walk from the bathroom to the diary room, and she has to pass Christmas, and Christmas just starts provoking her. It's dumb. It's asinine. And Christmas, you look like a major fool. And Devin said it right. Christmas is on this big old power trip thinking that, oh, I won an HOH, I won a veto, and guess what? You won the HOH because two people got it wrong. You did absolutely nothing but stand behind a podium. And veto was one that two people false started on. One person was ill and two people didn't want to win the veto. Then we move on to the live voting and eviction, and it comes down to a 9-0 vote where Bailey was evicted from the Big Brother house. You hate to see it. She was emotional, but she's going home to a great husband, a great life, and she's been saying on the live feeds, and a lot of people have been saying on the live feeds, that they would rather just get out before the jury instead of being sent from one house to another, being away for more weeks away from their loved ones and families. And then we move into the live HOH competition, which is endurance, which is, of course, the last person standing on this billboard wins. The caveat is the first three people that fall off this billboard are going to be have-nots for the week. And then we leave on a to be continued, where we don't know exactly who's going to be HOH unless you have the live feeds, because this all played out on live feeds. But before we get into that, I wanted to ask you, what do you think about this episode? Let me know that in the comment section below. What do you think about the fight that happened in the house? Let me know that in the comment section below, and anything else that you have to say about Big Brother. Now we're going into the live feed updates, and if you had the live feeds, you got to see this play out live. It was awesome. It was fun to watch, except for like initially trying to get onto the live feeds. CBS was having major server issues. Like, it took me 30 minutes just get onto the server and to get on my CBS All Access to just get on these live feeds. It was absolutely insane, and I was sad to see that after like finally getting onto the live feeds that Devin was the first one to fall. You hate to see it. I hated to see it. My heart sank. I was really rooting for like Ian and Kevin to win, but it came down to it that David was the second one to fall. Ian fell third. So the three have-nots for this week are Devin, David, and Ian. And then Memphis jumped off right fourth because he couldn't hold on any further, but he wanted to last long enough so that he wouldn't be a have-not for the week. This comes down to the last four players, and it was Cody, Danny, Nicole, and Tyler. Tyler fell, then Cody, then Nicole, and Danny won HOH for the week. And then we move on later that night that Danny was talking to Devin, and Danny asked Devin what she would have done if she won HOH for the week. She said she would have taken a shot at Christmas, saying that she was the person that put her up last week and is the reason why her best friend just left the house, and she would put up Tyler right next to her because, hey, she thinks that they were working together because of everything that transpired in the week when Tyler said that he wanted to be put up on the block, but Christmas wouldn't do it. Danny said that's fine, that's perfect for me, and that if next week Devin gets the chance to do that, you should go on and do that, and I have your 100% support on that. But then we move on later into the night where Danny is talking to Nicole, and Nicole is asking Danny what is her thoughts and ideas for the week. Danny says that she initially wants to put up Kevin and David. She wants to keep the girl alliance strong and wants to take a shot at the guys, but she wants to take a very precise shot. She wants to do a backdoor on Tyler if the rest of the week allows it. So say she puts up Kevin and David, one of them wins the veto or somebody wins the veto, then they can start talking about whether they want to use it, take somebody off, and then put up Tyler. Now that's a great plan and all. However, I feel as though that we're gonna see like all the powers being used if that's exactly what she wants to do. If she puts up Kevin and David on the block, David is 100% going to use his disruptor power to take himself off and be safe for the rest of the week. Meaning, Danny is going to have to put up a replacement nom right away. Would she put up Tyler? Probably not, because she doesn't want him playing in the veto and then taking himself off because he's a really good competitor. So she would probably put up Ian on the block and then hoping that Ian or Kevin take themselves off so she can put up Tyler. The problem with that is that Christmas, if she hears that Danny is going to put up Tyler in any capacity, she's probably going to stand up and use her power to block Tyler from even going up on the block. And no matter what happens this week, Danny is 100% going to use her power to play in the next HOH competition, especially if she's going to try to get blood on her hands by putting up Tyler and getting him out this week, where it could make a lot of people angry. That is all speculation. We have to see what's going to happen. The nominations are going to be soon, and then we're going to see if any of the powers are going to be used. But what do you think about this episode? Let me know that in the comment section below. Who do you think Danny's going to put up? Are you happy that Danny won HOH? Let me know that in the comment section below. And do you think all or if any of the powers will be used this week? Let me know that in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. While you're down there, hit that like and subscribe button. I'll be back really soon with more content, more Big Brother content, more challenge content, more content in general. But until then, peace.